You might be asking yourself, how the hell did you get into this situation? Good question. Sometimes I use an application called iOverlander to find places to park and stay the night. That's what I did in this case, and it took me down this horrible road to a place that had a billion mosquitoes, no working Wi-Fi, and within 20 minutes we turned around and left. Luckily though, there was another place on iOverlander right in the middle of town, perfect for camper van, and we ended up staying there the entire time we were in Mompiche. We met up with our friends again in the tuk-tuk, going to take our first tour of the trip. Mompiche is a very diverse area of the coast, and there are some islands that lay right off the coast. And this is one of my favorite things about Latin America, and this has happened multiple times. We just went and found a local fisherman, and he had his boat available, and he decided to take us out into the mangroves and exploring the islands. And he was explaining everything, giving us all of the different details about the different wildlife and plants and people and history. It was as local of an experience as you can possibly have. He even stopped the boat here and was searching for shellfish in the mud in the mangroves. I've been in mangroves before, and that was the coolest experience I've ever had. We were climbing on the mangroves and actually in the mangroves themselves. There were gorgeous birds everywhere as we were gliding through the mangrove. We were able to get off the boat several times and explore some of the outer islands. And there are some small communities that live on these islands. And Jake and I both said that we would have loved to have stayed in that area for a few days and just hung out with the local people on these islands, because these communities were vibrant and the people just seemed so interesting. But we just didn't have the time. And that was day one. Now day two was a day full of adventure. The next day, we did a jungle tour above Mompiche. There were blue cicadas everywhere, and we had to get our accessories right for the jungle. At first, our guide, Manuel, seemed like he was a too cool for school kind of guy, but at the end of the day, he knew everything about that area. All of the animals, all of the plants, and he did a great job of explaining everything to us, and even led us to this amazing swimming hole in the middle of the jungle. We finished the tour back on the beach with a beer in hand and decided to do some slackline on the beach to finish out the day, and it turned out Manuel was a beast at slackline. Morbiches, crabs, shrimp. Out of everywhere we went on the coast, Mompiche definitely had the best food. You know I had to try the crabs because I'm from Maryland. Maryland is crabs. They weren't as good as Maryland crabs, but they were really good, and I demolished the crabs. This is Ivana, our little friend, who was the daughter of the woman who administered the hotel where we were staying in Mompiche. Overall, Mompiche was an absolute highlight of the whole coast, and I would go back in a heartbeat.
This is the series of my time spent on the Ecuadorian coast, and I want to share all of it with you guys. I'm going to be making multiple episodes about all of the different places that we went, all of the wonderful experiences that we had. So stay tuned, like, comment, share, do all that nonsense, and I'll talk to you guys soon.